Hey there, history fans. Welcome back to today's history, where every day tells a new story. It's May 12th, a date packed with powerful moments that shaped our world. From the battlefield to the hospital ward, from early computers to devastating disasters, this day has it all. So sit back, hit that like button, and let's uncover the incredible events that happened on this day in history. Chapter 1. Richard the Lionheart captures Cyprus, 1191. On May 12, 1191, during the heat of the Third Crusade, King Richard the Lionheart captured the island of Cyprus, and it wasn't just about conquest. Earlier that year, a storm had scattered Richard's fleet, and his bride-to-be, Berengaria of Navarre, was shipwrecked on the island's shores. At the time, Cyprus was ruled by Isaac Komnenos, a rogue Byzantine prince who refused to help the stranded crusaders. That was a big mistake. Richard launched a swift and decisive campaign, taking control of the island within days. He used Cyprus as a vital supply base for the rest of his crusade, and later sold it to the Knights Templar. The capture of Cyprus marked a major geopolitical shift, turning the island into a Christian stronghold in the eastern Mediterranean for centuries to come. Chapter 2. The founding of Lima's San Marcos University, 1551. On May 12, 1551, the Royal and Pontifical University of San Marcos was officially established in Lima, Peru, making it the oldest university in the Americas still in operation today. Founded under a royal decree from King Charles V of Spain, the university was created to educate the sons of Spanish colonists and clergy, and to spread Catholic doctrine throughout the New World. But its legacy grew far beyond that. Over the centuries, the University of San Marcos became a center for intellectual thought, political activism, and cultural preservation in Latin America. Its alumni include revolutionaries, scientists, writers, and leaders who helped shape the history of Peru and the wider continent. From colonial times to today, it stands as a symbol of enduring knowledge and academic excellence in the Western Hemisphere. Chapter 3. The birth of Florence Nightingale, 1820. On May 12, 1820, Florence Nightingale was born in Florence, Italy, a woman who would go on to revolutionize modern nursing. Known as the Lady with the Lamp, she gained international fame for her work during the Crimean War, where she dramatically reduced death rates by introducing hygiene, organization, and compassion to battlefield hospitals. But her impact didn't stop there. Nightingale founded the first professional nursing school, authored influential texts like Notes on Nursing, and used statistical graphics to advocate for health reform decades before data science became a buzzword. Her legacy continues today, not just in hospitals, but in every act of care and professionalism in nursing around the globe. In fact, May 12th is now celebrated as International Nurses' Day in her honor. Chapter 4. The French occupation of Tunisia and the Treaty of Bordeaux, 1881. On May 12, 1881, the Treaty of Bordeaux was signed, marking the beginning of French control over Tunisia. France had long eyed Tunisia due to its strategic location in North Africa and its economic potential. After a series of border clashes and political pressure, French forces entered Tunis, and the treaty was imposed on the ruling Bey of Tunis. Officially, it established Tunisia as a French protectorate, allowing the local monarchy to remain, but stripping it of real power. This event was part of the larger scramble for Africa, where European powers carved up the continent for imperial gain. The occupation sparked nationalist resistance and shaped Tunisia's path toward eventual independence in the mid-20th century. The Treaty of Bordeaux remains a symbol of colonial expansion and the struggle for sovereignty in the Arab world. Chapter 5. The execution of James Connolly, 1916. On May 12, 1916, James Connolly, one of the key leaders of the Easter Rising in Ireland, was executed by a British firing squad. Severely wounded during the uprising, Connolly was so injured he couldn't stand, so he was tied to a chair before being shot. His death became one of the most powerful symbols of Irish resistance. Connolly wasn't just a revolutionary. He was also a committed socialist and trade unionist, deeply concerned with workers' rights and social justice. His execution shocked the Irish public and turned widespread criticism of the rebellion into growing sympathy and support. Over time, Connolly became a martyr in the fight for Irish independence, and his name still resonates in Ireland's political and historical memory. Chapter 6. Konrad Zuse presents the Z 3.19 for 1. On May 12, 1941, German engineer Konrad Zuse unveiled the Z3, the world's first programmable, fully automatic digital computer. Built in Berlin during World War II, the Z3 was a groundbreaking achievement in computing history. Using telephone relays and binary code, it could perform complex calculations far faster than any human. While its immediate impact was limited by the war, Zuse's innovation laid the foundation for the digital revolution we live in today. It was the first time a machine could be programmed to solve different problems, a concept that would later evolve into modern software and computing systems. Though overshadowed by post-war advancements in the US and UK, the Z3 remains a pioneering leap in technological history. Chapter 7. The Soviet Union lifts the Berlin Blockade. 1949. On May 12, 1949, after nearly a year of intense tension, the Soviet Union officially ended the Berlin Blockade. This blockade had cut off all road, rail, and canal access to West Berlin, attempting to force the Allies out of the city. But instead of surrendering, the United States and its allies responded with the Berlin Airlift, a massive operation that delivered food, fuel, and supplies by air, day and night, for over 11 months. The success of the airlift not only kept West Berlin alive, but also symbolized Western commitment to resisting Soviet pressure. When the Soviets finally lifted the blockade, it was seen as a major victory for the West and a defining moment in the early days of the Cold War. Chapter 8. First hydrogen bomb test. 1951. On May 12, 1951, the United States conducted one of its earliest tests of a hydrogen bomb, a weapon far more powerful than the atomic bombs dropped just a few years earlier. This test didn't just represent scientific advancement, it symbolized a dramatic turning point in the Cold War. The hydrogen bomb unleashed destruction on a scale that the world had never seen before, and with it came a new wave of anxiety about global security. The arms race between the US and the Soviet Union intensified, with both superpowers rushing to stockpile weapons capable of wiping out entire cities. This moment in history marked the beginning of a terrifying new era, one where diplomacy often stood in the shadow of mutually assured destruction. The echoes of that escalation still influence international relations and nuclear policy today. Chapter 9. Cyclone devastates East Pakistan. 1965. On May 12, 1965, a powerful and deadly cyclone tore through East Pakistan, what is now Bangladesh, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. With wind speeds reaching catastrophic levels, the storm claimed the lives of thousands and displaced countless more. But the tragedy didn't end with the storm itself. The Pakistani government's slow and inadequate response to the disaster sparked outrage across the region. Many citizens felt abandoned in their time of need, and that frustration planted seeds of dissent that would grow in the years to come. This cyclone was more than just a natural catastrophe, it was a political turning point. It highlighted deep divisions within the country and contributed to the growing call for autonomy, ultimately leading to the creation of an independent Bangladesh in 1971. Chapter 10. Pink Floyd's Quadraphonic Revolution. 1967. On May 12, 1967, Pink Floyd changed the future of live music with one of the first quadraphonic sound concerts at Queen Elizabeth Hall in London. Surrounding the audience with speakers on all sides, they created an immersive audio landscape that was decades ahead of its time. This wasn't just a concert, it was a bold experiment in sound technology and artistic expression. Pink Floyd's performance redefined what live music could be, paving the way for the modern multimedia shows we see today. Chapter 11. Sichuan Earthquake in China. 2008. On May 12, 2008, a catastrophic earthquake rocked China's Sichuan province with a magnitude of 7.9, claiming nearly 90,000 lives. Schools, homes, and entire towns were reduced to rubble within seconds. The scale of the destruction shocked the world, prompting one of the largest relief efforts in China's history. The scale of the destruction shocked the world, prompting one of the largest relief efforts in China's history. Rescue teams worked tirelessly, while citizens and global organizations united to help. The Sichuan earthquake stands as a somber reminder of nature's power and the resilience of the human spirit. From ancient empires and scientific breakthroughs to devastating disasters and cultural revolutions, May 12th has left its mark on human history. These stories remind us that every single day carries echoes of the past that still shape our world today. Thanks for joining us on today's history. If you found value in this journey through time, don't forget to hit that like button Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more daily insights into the moments that made us. We'll see you tomorrow with more history worth remembering.